Right now, there's a rectangle of plastic in your pocket that can turn into food, shelter, cars, and vacations. It has no value. It is nothing. And every single person on Earth has agreed to pretend otherwise. That's not normal. For 300,000 years, humans ran the entire planet without money. No coins, no prices, no "you owe me $20. The system they used instead never died. You're still running it, probably today. Now, if you ever sat through an economics class, you know the official story. Before money, there was barter. 10 fish for 1 axe, 3 chickens for a spear. Simple, logical, and completely made up. Anthropologists have spent a century looking for a society that actually ran on barter. Any society, anywhere. They found nothing. As one Cambridge professor put it, no example of a barter economy has ever been described. Ever. So if 300,000 years of humans weren't swapping fish for axes, what were they doing? Let's find out. You're a hunter 30,000 years ago, and today is the best day of your life. You just took down a mammoth, 2 tons of meat. In modern terms, you're rich. There's just one small problem. You don't have a fridge. Nobody has a fridge. In 3 days, your fortune becomes a pile of rot and flies. You literally cannot keep what you earned. So what do you do with 2 tons of expiring wealth? You give it away. All of it. Every family in camp goes home with meat. And no, you haven't lost your mind. You've just made the smartest deposit in history. Because next month, when your spear misses and your stomach is empty, Dave over there takes down an elk. And Dave remembers. Anthropologists have an actual phrase for this. You store your meat in the belly of your neighbor. The first bank account was other people's stomachs. But wait. No receipts, no contracts, no banking app. How does anyone keep track? Simple. Everyone keeps track. The tribe is 30 people. Everybody knows exactly who shares and who doesn't. Who showed up to help and who suddenly had a sore foot. There's a word for this system. Gossip. It was the first credit score. And it was brutal. Imagine the one guy who never shares. He kills a deer and quietly drags it behind a rock. He doesn't starve. He's got meat. Something worse happens. Nobody helps him build his hut. Nobody watches his kids. Nobody wants him around. In a world where you survive through other people, a bad reputation isn't embarrassing. It's a death sentence in slow motion. Your reputation was your net worth. Now, before you think nobody owned anything nice, they absolutely did. Archaeologists keep finding shell beads 75,000 years old. Seashells deep inland, hundreds of kilometers from the nearest coast. Obsidian blades that traveled 400 kilometers from their volcano. These things moved, hand to hand, tribe to tribe, across continents. But not as money, as gifts, alliances, status. A shell necklace deep inland meant, I know people. Far away, important people. It wasn't currency, it was the first designer handbag. And, okay, fine. Barter did exist, but only in one place, where trust didn't. At the edge of your territory, with tribes you didn't know, humans used a trick we've seen all across history. Silent trade. You leave your goods on a rock. You walk away. They leave theirs. Nobody speaks. Nobody turns their back. That's what barter really was. Not the everyday economy. The emergency protocol for people you couldn't gossip about. Because here's the limit of the caveman economy. Your brain. Memory and trust can track about 150 people. That's the hard ceiling. Then farming happens. Villages become towns, towns become cities, and suddenly, you're surrounded by 10,000 strangers. You can't remember what a stranger owes you. You can't gossip about someone nobody knows. The old software crashes, and the patch for that crash is money. Money is just trust for people you'll never meet. And we can prove that's what money really is. The first writing in human history is not poetry, it's not prayers, it's not a love letter. It's an invoice, a clay tablet, 5,000 years old, 29,086 measures of barley, 37 months, signed, Kushim, the first human being whose name we know. The first name ever written down belongs to an accountant. Coins came 2,500 years later. Money didn't start as gold. It started as "you owe me," written in mud. Which brings us back to you. Because you never actually left the old system. A friend buys you a beer, you don't hand him $5. That would be weird, almost insulting. You just remember, and next round is yours. That warm little "I got you" feeling? That's a mammoth deposit. Same at home. Nobody invoices grandma for dinner. No family splits the electric bill with the kids. Inside the circle of people you love, money still feels wrong, because in there, the caveman economy never ended. Money is for strangers. It always was. So look at that plastic rectangle one more time. The numbers on your banking app. IOUs from strangers. The entire global economy. You owe me, with extra steps and better fonts. We didn't invent money to replace the old system. We invented it because the old one only works on people who know your name. Keep the card. It's great for strangers. But next time a friend grabs the bill and says you'll get the next one, don't thank him. Congratulate him. He just made a deposit in the oldest bank on earth, 30,000 years old. No fees, no crashes, and you're the vault.